Among the crowd was the family of William Sonny Simon, who was killed in action during World War II. For Bill Simon, who's only ever seen photos of his uncle Sonny, it is still very emotional for him.
Probably the biggest meaning is the impact it has on other people.
It was a somber event and a great reminder of the veterans who paid the ultimate sacrifice.
As you look into our crowd, you see a great number of people who are military veterans, right? Who have served in Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, and the Gulf War, in Korea. And they're here to remember all their brothers and sisters that they both served with, some of which made the sacrifice.
Some have not yet made it home, and for others, it took decades.
There are all sorts of stories about what he may have happened when he disappeared. But having his remains brought back.
William Sonny Simon was killed in World War II. His nephew, Bill Simon, recalls the moment they were told he was found.
I know how lucky I was. My aunt's still here. My parents were here a long time, but there was that loss.
Sonny, as they called him, was finally brought back to Wisconsin after nearly 80 years and laid to rest just 2 years ago. His sister Eileen says he was a kind soul who always helped his mother.
Every Saturday morning, he scrubbed the kitchen floor for her. He was high school age, you know.
The VFW Post is named after William Sonny Simon. Part of their mission is to pass down the tradition to future generations. Reporting in Middleton, Kodichi Lawrence.
Monona held its annual Memorial Day parade today. You may have seen some familiar faces along the parade route. Dana Fulton, Emma Hippis, and I were part of the parade this morning. It started at Monona Grove High School and went all the way over to Senate Middle School. One parade goer from California said family is what drew her out to the parade, but it's a good time to take a moment to thank those we've lost.
We appreciate all the veterans and you know what they did, the history and what they did for us.
Yeah, it was a great turnout. The parade began at 10 o'clock this morning and lasted for about 2 hours. After the parade, the VFW Post held services at local cemeteries. Memorials have been taking place across southern Wisconsin. At the Memorial Day observance in Fitchburg, people heard from U.S. Army veteran and retired medical professional Edward Murray. Murray served 2 tours in the Army as a combat medic and later as a physician assistant in Germany. While many mark Memorial Day with parades and celebrations, one group in Madison chose a different path, honoring the fallen with a message of peace. Renee Aldana has you covered on how members of a group called Veterans for Peace gathered to reflect, remember, and call for change.
The local chapter of a group called Veterans for Peace and others gathered inside the Grand Ballroom at the Mosaic Center in downtown Madison to honor those lost to war, not with celebration, but with a call for peace. The event featured keynote speaker John Nichols, music from the band Old Cool, and reflections from Vietnam veteran Will Williams. Williams said he doesn't want to take away from the service of veterans who have died because they were sent to war thinking they were doing the right thing. But he said he believes many of them didn't die for a good purpose.
The ones that understand that the reasons we go to war is not noble, you know, and when called, they will refuse to go. You know, I say, to me, that's the greatest generation.
Larry Orr is a member of the Veterans for Peace. He told me the saying peace and love got him through the darkest times when he retired from the service.
It's a peace rally, it's a memorial service, and it's a call for justice. Will Williams said, you know, justice brings peace. Yeah, when we have justice, we will have peace.
Reporting in Madison, I'm Renee Aldana.
President Donald Trump and members of his administration commemorated Memorial Day at Arlington National Cemetery. President Trump paid tribute to those who gave their ultimate sacrifice. This was echoed by 2 military veterans themselves, Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth.
The real tragedy of the loss is not in a single moment of suffering, as our Gold Star families know well, but in all the future moments they and their families lost.
We should never forget, even for a moment, that freedom is a gift of the highest cost and peace is won at the most precious price. These extraordinary American heroes and their immense and ultimate sacrifices they offer.
The president participated in a wreath laying at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, which serves as a memorial to war, dead, and the final resting place for those whose remains have not yet been identified. A 6-year-old was hurt in a shooting at an apartment on Milky Way in Madison this morning. Madison police say officers found the child with a gunshot wound in the apartment. The child was immediately taken to the hospital. Detectives are now investigating. There is no current danger to the public. One person is dead after a motorcycle crash this weekend. The crash happened in Jefferson County on Interstate 94 near Lake Mills around 2 p.m. yesterday. Traffic was backed up for over 2 hours. According to the Wisconsin State Patrol, the driver of the motorcycle lost control and crashed. Authorities are still investigating. Well, now let's talk about your forecast as we take a live look outside right now at the Capitol in Madison. 27 Storm Track meteorologist Emma Hippis is here with when rain chances are going to be moving in as people travel back home and get ready to head back to work, Emma.
Yeah, hey Brandon, you're absolutely right. We're slowly seeing those clouds build in. I'm sure that we've all enjoyed those sunny conditions throughout the long weekend, but it can only last for so long, am I right? Those clouds currently making their way into the western portion of the state. They're going to continue to build through these next few hours. At least temperatures sat a little bit closer to average for this time of year today, with Madison reaching 66 degrees right now, 68 currently in Janesville, 69 in Platteville, 70 degrees currently in both Baraboo and La Crosse. So we saw some nicer temperatures for the weekend along with plenty of sunshine. For the rest of the night, we'll see those temperatures decrease, really starting to rapidly decrease around 9-10 o'clock is when we're going to get into those 50s, and our overnight low tonight coming to the high 40s. Now, Brandon mentioned we've got that rain coming midweek, and that's going to help us stay cool. So even though we saw some temperatures in the 70s in some areas today, we're back in the 60s for the midweek, and then we get some warmer temperatures to close out the week. I've got more details on exactly when that rain will come and what to expect in terms of those temperatures coming up in my full forecast.
Well, Meriter nurses are set to strike tomorrow morning. Meriter nurses in the hospital have been at the bargaining table multiple times over the past few weeks, but have not been able to reach an agreement. According to a press release sent today, nurses will start the strike early tomorrow morning. They are demanding higher pay and safer staffing. A former congressman who has been called one of the most influential black politicians in modern history has died. Charles Rangel had a long-running term in Congress and as Assistant U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. He was on the House Judiciary Committee during President Richard Nixon's impeachment hearings. Rangel became the first black member of the House Ways and Means Committee in 1975. He retired from Congress in 2017. He was 94 years old. The man accused of killing and dismembering a 19-year-old Milwaukee woman is set to go on trial tomorrow. Maxwell Anderson is charged in the death of Sade Robinson. Authorities say he also spread her body across southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. Robinson disappeared on April 1st of last year. One day later, a hiker found some of her remains in a park. More of her remains were found along shorelines. People in Milwaukee took time to remember Robinson on Friday, gathering at a growing memorial outside the restaurant where she worked. Well, as the summer travel season heats up, are you keeping your private information safe? It's become second nature for many of us to find and connect to free Wi-Fi, especially when traveling abroad. CNN's Michael Yoshida has you covered on what you need to know to keep your data protected.
We all want to stay connected while traveling, so we spoke with an expert about some of the things you can do to keep your personal data safe when connecting to the internet while on the road.
When traveling, staying connected has become a necessity.
Wi-Fi or connectivity is very much like water and air.
But experts warn
free and public Wi-Fi access points can be fraught with danger.
Personal data can be big business for hackers and scammers, leading to an ever-growing number of threats to be aware of. A big one, the man-in-the-middle or evil twin Wi-Fi scam.
A Wi-Fi network that looks like the real legitimate one, but it's actually run by somebody who could be very nearby, trying deliberately to intercept your data. Passwords, logins, they could even hack into your computer.
Internet security expert and CMIL President Eric Plam says these are some things to remember when connecting to that cafe, airport, hotel, or other public and free Wi-Fi. Be wary if it's too easy, even if free. Cafes, airport lounges, or hotels often ask for a password or room number. Once you do connect, check to make sure you're browsing on a secure site. You can do that by looking at where you type in a web address. It should say HTTPS. There also might be a symbol of a padlock. though this isn't always guaranteed to be safe according to the FBI. You should also refrain from logging into bank accounts or conducting sensitive transactions. And if you want to go a step further, buy a VPN or virtual private network, a service provided by lots of different vendors which creates a secure tunnel between your device and whatever site you're visiting. But the best option, according to Plam, use your own hotspot.
This is the most secure and convenient way to go.
And these days, many of our smartphones can turn into their own hotspot, but Plam warns be wary of battery drain, also excessive roaming charges, especially if overseas. He says the best option, if you're able to afford it, is to buy your own personal hotspot and then carry that with you when you travel. In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Well, still to come at 6, another search is underway for an escaped inmate in Arkansas. Who they are and how they manage to make their break.
And while we have dry overnight hours, some more rain chance comes in for your Tuesday and then grows for your Wednesday. Coming up right after this break, I've got a more detailed look at your forecast. We'll break down who's going to see that rain first and what you can expect for the end of your week.
Did you know, at 4,400 acres, the Superior Municipal Forest is the 3rd largest in the United States?
Well, you know, it's gotta be Superior.
At Muir Roofing Construction, 99% of our residential roofs are done in a day.
Attention homeowners, did your home suffer hail damage?
Call me, Jim Muir, for roofing, siding, and gutters. And remember, as always, we do it right at any height.
Traditional decks are built with materials that get easily damaged by the sun, rain, and elements in general, requiring time and labor-intensive upkeep virtually every year. At Revamp, our decks are built with the state-of-the-art materials that outlast wood 3 times and are virtually maintenance-free, saving you time and money year after year. And all of our decks are backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. And right now we're running our 60-60-60 sale, which means you get a $60 Visa gift card, plus either 60% off the installation or 60-month no-interest financing. Call the number below, and you'll be happy that you did.
Ready to give your home a new look? Our pros at 5 Star Painting are here to make your vision come to life. With years of experience, thorough site prep, and a dedicated project manager, you can expect top quality every time. We put care and precision into every coat of paint because it's more than just your home. It's the backdrop of your life. Rest assured knowing 5 Star Painting is customer focused and quality driven. Schedule your free estimate today. Call or visit 5starpainting.com, a Neighborly company.
A hot summer concert series that features hit after hit after hit. It's the 80s Rock Tour. Iconic songs by iconic singers with Lou Gramm, the original voice of Foreigner, former vocalist of Asia, John Payne, and longtime vocalist of Chicago, Jason Scheff. Advance tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. 3 huge rock legends, 1 great show. The 80s Rock Tour, July 5th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes today
a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Oh man, you get a 5-star review. That's like the Cadillac of all Cadillacs.
Oh, you're Jake? And I'm like, yeah, I'm Jake. And they're like, oh, I saw your reviews. It's really good.
Quality service quickly, that's what you get with Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
The search for a missing couple uncovers a savage killing right here in Dane County. 2020's in Madison, speaking to 27 News anchor Caroline Dade, getting an inside look at the case from those who know it best. Only on WKOW. We've got you covered.
Live from the WKOW studios in Madison, you're watching 27 News. We've got you covered.
Welcome back. A desperate search is now underway in Arkansas after authorities say a former police chief who was serving a prison sentence escaped. It comes just days after 10 inmates also escaped a jail in New Orleans. That incident was caught on camera. ABC's Rena Roy has you covered on the developing investigations.
An urgent manhunt underway in Arkansas, with authorities searching for a former police chief turned convict who they say escaped a prison in Calico Rock on Sunday afternoon. Arkansas State Police now closing down roads and scouring the area for any signs of 56-year-old Grant Hardin, urging anyone who may spot him to call authorities. They say he escaped wearing a makeshift outfit designed to mimic law enforcement and that he's considered extremely dangerous. Hardin was serving a 30-year prison sentence for first-degree murder after pleading guilty to the shooting death of a fellow government employee. It comes just over a week after this brazen jailbreak in Louisiana. Surveillance footage shows some of the 10 men who escaped this jail in New Orleans, shoving open a door to the jail loading dock. 5 inmates still on the run. All of them had been arrested on second-degree murder charges.
It may take a while, in particular if they've gotten out of the New Orleans area, and maybe perhaps out of Louisiana. But I think the likelihood they're going to get caught is extremely high.
Several people have now been arrested in that New Orleans escape for allegedly helping those inmates get out, including another inmate accused of giving them a blanket and shirts to climb over the facility's razor wire. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Now over to the UK. 27 people, including 4 children, have been taken to the hospital after a car plowed into a group of people at a soccer championship parade today. 2 of those people had serious injuries. This happened in Liverpool, where people were celebrating the FC's Premier League title. According to Merseyside police, the driver is a 53-year-old British native who did stop at the scene and was later arrested. It's not clear what led up to the incident, but police have ruled out this being an act of terrorism. Well, sometimes saying no can be hard, but experts say setting boundaries can be good for your mental health. Jody Baumstein, a licensed therapist with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, says when setting healthy boundaries, you can start by reflecting on your own needs and your own limits. And don't compare yourself to others.
This is hard for a lot of us, but we want to remember that no can be a full sentence. You don't need to explain it. You don't need to justify it. This is about protecting your own mental well-being and protecting relationships that you have with other people.
She says you may get pushback when you set a boundary, but you shouldn't let that shouldn't let what you're doing make you think that you're in the wrong for what you're doing. That's what I'm trying to say. And understand that you don't need to walk back your boundary to make someone else feel more comfortable.
We've had beautiful weather across the state of Wisconsin for Memorial Day. You can see mostly clear skies right now over downtown Madison. Temperatures at 66 degrees, so slowly cooling off for our overnight hours. Those winds coming in nice and calm from the east. And some clouds building in from the west. We've got those clouds currently making their way into the western portion of the state, reaching the La Crosse area. Those are going to continue to build in throughout our overnight hours into our Tuesday. We can see that as well as we make our way into the 8 o'clock hour. We're already looking mostly cloudy. Temperatures continuing to fall. We're at 63 degrees at 8 o'clock, 56 at 10. Those temperatures really start to plummet around 9. But overall, if you're looking to sit outside tonight, enjoy the weather. Temperatures are going to be nice for quite some time. Tomorrow, we're still sitting just a few degrees below average, but in the high 60s with a high of 69 degrees expected for the Madison area, and still mostly cloudy this day, bringing a chance for some rain. That's all thanks to this low pressure system that started out its morning in Texas, and by the end of the next 24 hours, will be hanging out in the Ohio River Valley, bringing that cloud cover and that next shot for some precipitation. We can see that build in through our future track. Again, those clouds just continuing to build in overnight. Possibility of some isolated showers for the La Crosse area early in our Tuesday morning. Not looking like those are going to travel all the way past Dane County though. So from around Iowa County and east of that, expected to stay dry tomorrow, but still La Crosse area, those westernmost portions of the state could be seeing some isolated showers throughout our Tuesday. Other areas even going to get some sun throughout the afternoon and later evening hours as those clouds clear out just a little bit. But they come back in overnight. Not too much sun in your Tuesday forecast. Early Wednesday, more isolated showers once again building for the western portion of the state, and later on in the morning, some more widespread rainfall pops up over south central Wisconsin, sticking along that Illinois state line. Possibility of hearing some thunder there as well. Some pockets of heavier rainfall also expected in there as well. So as we make our way through the evening hours of our Wednesday, we'll start to see that more widespread chance stick to the eastern portion of the state and start to push north. But overall, we are tracking that more widespread chance for rainfall coming on your Wednesday. Rain is out of the area by Thursday morning. Madison picks up around ½ inch of rain, as well as the Illinois state line, but areas to the west looking a little bit lighter in that rainfall. Platteville expected to just get just over 1/10 of an inch, as well as Lone Rock around 1/4 of an inch closer to the La Crosse area and closer to that 1 inch mark for areas in the eastern portion of the state. Is that widespread rainfall going to hang around there for a little bit longer for your Wednesday? That rain keeps us cool with highs remaining in the 60s for both your Tuesday and your Wednesday. But if you've been missing those 80-degree temperatures like I have, they're on the way. They're at the end of your extended forecast. Thursday, we break into the 70s in Madison for the first time in quite a while. Friday, we're into the high 70s. And then by the time that we're closing out next weekend, we're sunny and in the 80s. I know, I can't wait. You guys know I'm a fan of those warmer temperatures. If you are too, it's finally coming. We've just got to get through this rain first.
Weather can change in the blink of an eye. When conditions turn severe, turn to the team you can trust, the 27 Storm Track Weather Team.
Talking about an active tornado on the ground.
When weather's at its worst, we're at our best. The 27 Storm Track Team. We track storms.
At Sims, you can depend on us to foster an environment of trustworthiness, dependability, and consistent performance. You can rely on us. Better home, better values, better call Sims.
Memorial Day savings are here at Brothers Maine. Shop unbeatable deals on top brands like GE Appliances, Cafe, Hotpoint, and Monogram. Plus, enjoy expert support and free local delivery. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on select Sierra 1500 models. That's over $4,300 in average finance savings.
For an attractive offer, visit these GMC dealers today.
We are the only family-owned and operated funeral home in Madison, Wisconsin.
We've been able to serve so many families.
All the families were appreciative of everything we did, and that was my reward.
Along with Casey and I and my dad and sister, Diane, we have a staff that's second to none. And when you come into this funeral home, you will be treated like family, and we will treat every family with the highest professionalism and dignity imaginable.
Take a breath of fresh air with a Stanley Steamer air duct cleaning. We clean over 10 million feet of air ducts each year with our specialized trucks, built by us, removing the contaminants from your home. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
It's your home cleaner.
The warmer weather has arrived, and it's time to tackle that to-do list. To help make those home renewal projects a reality, we're offering 30% off siding, doors, and roofing, plus no interest for 1 year. Since 1976, our local family-owned company has provided homeowners with the highest quality American-made products. Your home, our promise. 30% off ends Saturday. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco.
Live from the WKOW studios in Madison, you're watching 27 News. We've got you covered. We've got you covered. And now, sports.
Jordan Love, all smiles today, throwing out the first pitch at the Brewers game in Milwaukee. It was the start of an awesome day for Brewers fans at American Family Field. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. I'm Nick Tabbert with sports. The Brewers had a powerful pregame ceremony to honor military members, past and present. then had just enough to beat the Boston Red Sox. Jackson Chourio wasted no time, first pitch swinging to deliver his first home run in the month of May, 8th overall for the season. And check out the smile here in the dugout. That's a good sign. Having fun. Still 1-0 fifth inning. Andrew Monasterio down the line. That's a double to left, and it makes it 2-0 Crew. 8th inning, one-run game, 2-1. Eric Haas with a perfectly placed ball in the infield. Huge insurance run because Boston gets back within 3-2, but the Brewers hang on and win their second straight. They're now one game below 500, still 6.5 games behind the Cubs, who beat the Colorado Rockies. Twins just underway. They're in the second inning in Tampa Bay. Memorial Day is opening day for Northwoods League baseball teams. Wausau, Madison, Eau Claire, and La Crosse all celebrating the start of another summer season. Wausau first on the field today, first in the win column. Woodchucks blank Kenosha 3-0, tacking on some insurance runs late. Madison is leading Fond du Lac in the 7th inning. Eau Claire is down 6 to Thunder Bay at Carson Park. La Crosse and Rochester will play in about 10 minutes. This is a huge week for high school spring sports, with tournament action for baseball, softball, golf, lacrosse, tennis, and track and field teams. The WIAA Sports Live app is a great place to stay up to date with everything going on this championship season. You'll find highlights, interviews, updated tournament brackets. I just uploaded the soccer seedings and pairings to this app. You can download it for free today wherever you get your apps. I'll be back at 10 with more on the Northwoods League, more on the Brewers' big win here on Memorial Day. For now, we go back to the news desk.
All right, thank you.
Don't let the weather ruin your day. Scan this QR code now to download the 27 Storm Track app with local forecasts, interactive radar, and severe weather alerts to keep you safe everywhere you go. 27 Storm Track. We track storms.
What if we told you GMA could help you save real money? And we mean lots of money on your groceries. Well, we're about to show one family how to save $350 a month. That's more than $4,000 a year. Sound good to you? So, how'd they do it? You gotta watch Good Morning America this week.
After a serious motorcycle crash, don't trust the insurance company. Call Gruber Law Offices first. We've been representing injured bikers for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Steinhafels Memorial Day sale has been extended. Last chance to save 10% off store-wide. Plus, get amazing deals like this sofa now $4.99. This dining table only $5.49. A queen bed just $6.99. And save up to $1,000 on patio furniture. Plus, take advantage of Steinhafels 18-month 0% financing to make your purchase even more affordable. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Great auto loans begin at County City Credit Union with rates as low as 4.75%. Call or apply online at countycitycreditunion.com for fast approvals. County City Credit Union. We are not a bank. We're better.
It's super hot. Super hot. 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 None of bands by the best, y'all. Take a chance that I bet y'all won't. I got a plan and it involves money. It's super hot. Super hot. It's super hot. It's super hot.
At Muir Roofing Construction, 99% of our residential roofs are done in a day.
Attention homeowners, did your home suffer hail damage?
Call me, Jim Muir, for roofing, siding, and gutters. And remember, as always, we do it right at any height.
We've got you covered. At 27 News, it's not just a slogan, it's who we are. It means a commitment to finding the stories that matter to you, with the most accurate information everywhere you go.
Good evening, I'm Brandon Taylor.
And I'm Amber Noggle. Tonight we've got you covered with a developing story.
27 News, we've got you covered. Here's what's on WKOW tonight. Then stay tuned for 27 News at 10 with Brandon and Amber. Brought to you by Window World of Madison.
Trapped. The passenger stuck inside the plane's bathroom.
I said, oh my gosh, I think that's my husband.
Then, America's scariest bridges.
Oh my God, I hate this.
She's terrified of driving across bridges. What happens when you've got to get to the other side?
Oh my God, I cannot believe I'm doing this right now.
And before you jump in the pool this Memorial Day.
A new way of teaching kids how to swim with their clothes on.
Put your head all the way back.
Simulating real-life conditions if they fall into a pool. How this method can save so many lives. And hot dog danger.
The #1 cause of food choking in children under 3.
What you need to know before you barbecue this holiday weekend. Plus, a mighty wind.
Bennett!
Trampolines getting blown away. It keeps happening. Then, the bride who's literally swept off her feet. And special homecomings. Just in time for Memorial Day.
I'm coming home.
Now, Inside Edition.
Hello and thanks for joining us this Memorial Day. I'm Mary Calvi. A record number of travelers are taking to the skies this holiday weekend, and we sure hope you didn't have an emergency like this on your plane. A flight crew, including the pilot, desperately trying to break open a bathroom door after a man got stuck inside. Steve and Fabian tells us what happened.
You don't see this every day. The pilot trying to free a passenger who finds himself trapped in the bathroom. A flight attendant does her best to help out. They struggle and struggle. I spoke exclusively to the passenger and his wife, who was watching the entire ordeal from her seat. They did not want to go on camera.
How did you get stuck in the bathroom in the first place? What happened?
That's a great question. I was in the laboratory and tried to come out, and the knob to open the door locked, so I found myself stuck in a dark laboratory.
Here's reporter Allison Hall.
You can get really claustrophobic inside of a plane, so just imagine what it would have been like to be stuck inside the bathroom. Look how tight it is.
When did you realize your husband was gone for way too long?
I jokingly thought, oh, he's really milking the time in there. I finally heard a flight attendant say the word stuck, and I turned around and I was like, wait a minute, is someone stuck in the bathroom? I said, oh my gosh, I think that's my husband.
Brent, the passenger, was told to kick the door with force as the pilot yanked from the outside. Finally, after 35 minutes, success. That's his foot, and he shakes the pilot's hand. It's happened before. A passenger was stuck on an international flight. The flight attendant slid this note under the door. Sir, we tried our best to open the door. Do not panic. We are landing in a few minutes, so please close the commode lid and sit on it and secure yourself. The latest case happened on a Delta flight from Salt Lake City to New Orleans.
What was it like when you finally got out of the bathroom? Were you, embarrassed at all?
Yeah, I was definitely embarrassed.
Delta says they contacted the couple to apologize for what happened. And it's not just flying. There will be millions of Americans on the road this Memorial Day weekend, and driving over bridges is especially frightening for people who suffer from gyrophobia, a fear of, driving over bridges, and this woman has a serious case.
Oh my God, I cannot believe I'm doing this right now.
This woman is freaking out.
I'm not gonna look. I can't look.
Tori Forbes suffers from acute gyrophobia, an intense fear of bridges that causes severe anxiety and even panic attacks. We were with Tori as she crossed the Delaware Memorial Bridge, a dual-span suspension with 4 lanes going each way. It's 2 miles long and 174 feet above the Delaware River. Notorious for its high winds, it can be truly terrifying to motorists. Imagine, even if you have no fear of bridges, driving across it at night in terrible weather. The Delaware River and Bay Authority Police Department actually offers a police escort to those like Tori who need a helping hand to cross it.
We have a marked car that's in front and then a vehicle behind, and we essentially allow them to drive, but we escort them across to make sure it's safe.
Oh my God, I hate this so bad. This is horrible.
Tori is in tears the entire way. But after minutes of severe anxiety bordering on a panic attack, she finally makes it safely across. Now she can breathe again, but not for long, because just one day later, Tori finds herself at the Chesapeake Bay Bridge in Maryland.
I don't know if I can do this.
This steel behemoth is 4.3 miles long and at its highest point, 200 feet above the water. Notice the low guardrails and narrow lanes. It's known for being one of the scariest bridges in the USA, particularly on a night like this.
Winds whipping across this bridge like hurricane force. Oh my God, it's huge. There's a big old truck behind me. I gotta pull over just for a second.
Partway across, she starts hyperventilating.
Where can I pull off?
No police escort here. She's got to make it all on her own. Finally, the other side. Tori Forbes may not have conquered her fear, but at least she gets credit for facing it.
I'm not going back across that bridge, ever.
In the end, Ms. Forbes said she was happy she braved those bridges, but says she'll still avoid big ones in the future. Memorial Day is the unofficial beginning of summer. Perfect time to talk about kids and water safety. And there's a new way little ones are being taught to swim, fully clothed. Here's why.
We're used to seeing kids learn how to swim like this, in bathing suits. But this is a whole new way of getting swimming instructions, in clothes.
More and more parents are signing up their children for swim lessons where they learn to swim with their clothes on. Just in case there were ever an accident where they fell in the water with clothes on, they would know what to do and how to save themselves.
These 6-year-olds are enrolled in a program called Imagine Swimming. They are dressed and ready to hit the pool in Brooklyn, New York. Swim instructor Morgan Harkness says if a child falls into water with their clothes on, they can easily panic and drown.
Why is it so hard for kids to swim with clothes on?
It's difficult to swim with clothes on because it's so heavy. It adds a little bit of extra weight. It adds some pounds. All right, Julia, can you hold up your arms? All right, you see how much fabric there is on these clothes that we wear every single day?
It happened to me. Sandra Davis's daughter fell into their backyard pool with her clothes on.
She went to the bottom and swam back to the top and was able to scream for help, and then my husband heard her.
Thankfully, she had taken the course and knew exactly what to do to get out of the jam she found herself in.
I knew how to swim.
The kids are taught how to be comfortable in water. Look at them go, clothes and all.
All the way back. All right, and then flip over. Good girl, good job.
Amazing, good job, Julia.
They are also taught an easy-to-remember catchphrase to get out of a pool. Elbow, elbow, tummy, knees. Take it from this mom, it can make all the difference.
It saved her life.
Every year, nearly 900 children and teens die in the U.S. from drowning. Chances are you'll be headed to a cookout with family and friends this long weekend. It's pretty good. Bad hot dogs will be part of the fare. But here's a fact you may not be aware of. Hot dogs are actually the #1 cause of choking deaths in toddlers. But there are ways to keep your family safe.
We all are familiar with the dangers of grilling. But did you know that eating a hot dog could be hazardous? Unfortunately, it happens more often than you think, and not just to kids. This woman was enjoying a Chicago Cubs game and choked to death while eating a hot dog at Wrigley Field. But experts say eating hot dogs can be more dangerous for children.
Hot dogs are the #1 cause of food choking in children under 3.
Dr. Richard Besser explains why.
If you look at a hot dog, the shape of a hot dog, that roundness, when you bite that off, that can be a plug that fits squarely into someone's airway.
Dr. Besser recommends to either cut the hot dog the long way into smaller pieces or dice them up to make it easier for children to swallow.
I just said, oh, please, God, just have him breathe.
Joan Stravos Adler's 4-year-old son, Eric, who loved hot dogs, choked on one during dinner.
They tried to save him and they rushed him to the hospital, and that's where he was declared dead.
If someone is choking on a hot dog, what do you do?
Well, if they're able to talk to you and they're able to cough, don't do anything. Call 911 and someone can come and help them clear their airway. If they can't talk, if they're doing the universal sign of choking, pointing to their neck, and they're not moving air, then you want to lean them over, give them 5 hard back blows, and then you want to reach behind them and give them 5 abdominal thrusts. It's called the Heimlich maneuver.
So enjoy that all-American hot dog this Memorial Day. Just be careful.
It's estimated that Americans consume nearly 72 million hot dogs on Memorial Day alone. Everyone knows how easy it is to get hurt while jumping on a trampoline, but it's also possible to get hurt by a trampoline when they go airborne. This man's trying desperately to secure his trampoline during a huge storm before it goes flying.
Wild wind sends rain blowing sideways as a dad runs outside to anchor his family's trampoline.
There goes Bennett.
Dad hammers away at the trampoline stakes.
Our tramp is pulling out of the ground. Dang it.
Suddenly,
oh my gosh, there goes the neighbor's tramp.
a neighbor's trampoline flies by.
Oh, dang. Bennett, get out of there.
Now Mom's getting worried, and so is their little boy.
He will get taken too.
Then it happens, the trampoline breaks loose.
Oh my gosh. Bennett!
Thankfully, he gets back up. Social media is filled with videos of flying trampolines breaking loose and soaring through the sky. It's a common misconception that only a tornado or a hurricane can launch a trampoline, but in reality, it only takes 40-mile-an-hour winds to send one of these things flying into the air. So what can be done to avoid these mishaps? Experts say it's vital to properly secure a trampoline. Daniel Jazanovic is with Nail It Handyman and shows me how a 17-inch spiral tie-down stake can keep a trampoline in place.
You find your piece of land that you want to screw it down to, you apply medium to heavy pressure basically, and you push down as you continuously twist the tie-down stake in.
He says the stake should be screwed down between 15 and 18 inches. He adds a zip tie to help fortify it.
Like that, and this will prevent it from rocking or going anywhere. Say the wind comes up, it's not going to pull the whole thing up.
Look, that's not coming out at all. Repeat for each side of the trampoline. Important safety precautions to ensure your trampoline doesn't go sailing into the wind.
Bennett! Wow, and forget about here comes the bride. At this wedding, it was more like there goes the bride.
They just said their I do's. Her first words to her groom, she said, "I think I'm going to pass out." And that's just what she did.
The next thing I know, she's kind of like grabbing on my arm.
I don't remember much after I said I was going to pass out.
It happened in Louisiana before 300 guests. It was 100 degrees outside.
Every once in a while, I'll get overwhelmed and not eat enough.
Her wedding party and her husband fanned 28-year-old Catherine Franks as she lay near the altar.
Luckily, there were plenty of people to be there and help us out. We had a lot of nurses in the family, and her dad came help.
Lots of weddings have surprises. Like the father of the bride who lost so much weight before the wedding, he lost his pants walking down the aisle. Or the hornet that flew under the bride's wedding dress.
It's a hornet.
And there was this overexcited four-legged guest. Then there are the falls. In Catherine's case, the rest of the wedding went off without a hitch. She says at least she's given her family something to remember for years to come.
We still had a great time, a great reception. It's a funny story now to look back on.
So glad she's okay. We'll be back with much more Inside Edition after this.
Next, the woman who's digging a huge tunnel under her home.
Her only how-to guide was this book.
Should she be allowed to continue digging? And forgotten foods.
SpaghettiOs. They're the foods you grew up with: Salisbury steak, hamburger helper, tapioca pudding. Whatever happened to them?
And special homecomings, just in time for Memorial Day. Inside Edition will be right back.
Still have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms after taking a medication like Humira or Remicade? Put them in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When symptoms try to take control, I got rapid relief with Rinvoq. Check.
When flares tried to slow me down, I got lasting remission with Rinvoq. Check. And many were in remission, even at nearly 2 years.
And Rinvoq helped visibly reduce damage of the intestinal lining. Check.
Rapid symptom relief, lasting remission.
And visibly reduced damage. Check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events: infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq.
We've successfully represented people injured in truck accidents for more than 35 years. We know what it takes to get the results you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Do you avoid getting your picture taken? Are you hiding in your clothes and missing out on life? Only Nuovo Tay has a non-invasive FDA-cleared device for breaking down cellulite and firming skin. Book your first sculpt treatment today for only $2.99. Nuovo Tay, what is your after?
Now, the craziest DIY project you'll ever see. A woman with no construction background digging a huge tunnel under her house. And after some roadblocks, she's gotten the green light to keep digging.
I am building a secret tunnel under my house.
This young woman is not an engineer, yet she is digging through rock and soil, tunneling 23 feet deep into the earth, teaching herself along the way as she constructs this massive labyrinth.
One wrong move and I might get squashed like they do in the Saturday morning cartoons.
The woman says she decided one day to build a tunnel, so she started digging right through the wall of her basement. Her only how-to guide was this book, A Beginner's Guide to Civil Engineering. Millions of people followed her adventure on social media, but when city officials in Vernon, Virginia learned of the do-it-yourself project, they shut her down. Today, Kala, the Tunnel Queen, has a major update that she's sharing with Inside Edition.
After 15 months of working on it, we got permits to be able to complete the tunnel.
So you're digging again?
Yes.
She's showing off an approved building permit.
Approved. Finally. Floor plans, structural plans.
Why do you want to, dig underneath your house?
One is the challenge and the interest of doing it. And then also I was like, I could use just a little bit more space. Where can I put that? And I was like, oh, underground.
I mean, like most people think, I don't know, I'll build an addition, an extra room, I'll go up. You decided to go down.
Yes, it's a lot more expensive and a lot more complicated to go down. Not advisable.
The Tunnel Queen isn't done yet. She's hoping to dig her tunnel another 20 feet.
Still to come, forgotten foods.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. They're the foods you grew up with: Salisbury steak, hamburger helper, tapioca pudding. Whatever happened to them?
And special homecomings, just in time for Memorial Day.
I'm coming home.
Closed caption sponsorship for Inside Edition is brought to you by...
We're finally opening.
Shingles doesn't care, but Shingrix protects. Only Shingrix is proven over 90% effective. Shingrix is a vaccine used to prevent shingles in adults 50 years and older. Shingrix doesn't protect everyone. It isn't for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients or to a previous dose. Tell your healthcare provider if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. Increased risk of Guillain-Barré syndrome was observed after getting Shingrix. Fainting can happen, so take precautions. Most common side effects are pain, redness and swelling where injected, muscle pain, tiredness, headache, shivering fever, and upset stomach. Ask your doctor about Shingrix today.
Stay tuned. There's more Inside Edition to come.
Did you know Geico has a 97% customer satisfaction rating?
Is it weird seeing yourself on TV?
It's my job, isn't it? To let people know that Geico's more than just savings.
Certainly have our cat's attention. Whoa.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, it appears so.
Well, they just love great customer service.
Customer service, right.
They don't get this excited for wet food. You know?
No.
Guys, he's right here.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Epoxy concrete coatings are very solid, which is good for durability, but as concrete moves and settles over time, the epoxy can fail because it's not flexible and it can also peel and discolor. At TSR, our concrete coatings are not only far more durable than traditional epoxy, they're also very flexible and will not fade, peel, or discolor, all backed by a lifetime warranty and installed in as little as 1 day. We're currently running our 60-60-60 sale, meaning you get a $60 Visa gift card, plus either 60% off the installation or 60-month no-interest financing. Call the number below for your new floor today.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job of waiting tables, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I have had no pain. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out.
See how we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Where does confidence come from? It's not from within. It must be pursued. Confidence is not a mindset. It's an achievement. In the GMC Sierra HD AT4X. Get 5.9% APR on GMC Sierra heavy-duty models. That's over $4,000 in average finance savings.
For an attractive offer, visit these GMC dealers today.
What product is the San Francisco treat? And if it's not fried, it's what? If you know the answer, then these foods are not forgotten.
Remember this?
What the kids say when they want to eat soon.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Or how about this?
It's not fried.
It's not?
It's shake and bake, and I'll help.
There was a time back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s when they were our favorite foods. They're the foods you grew up with: Salisbury steak, hamburger helper, tapioca pudding. Whatever happened to them? Well, if you think they disappeared from the supermarket, we're here to tell you they still exist. I got cooking with Chef Lauren Covis. Why are people still buying shake and bake?
Because it's easy.
Because it's easy. And it kind of it throws back to your childhood, right?
Yes, that warm comfort feeling.
The idea is simple. Moisten the chicken, throw it in the bag of seasoning, and shake. And then you shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
So this took about, what, 30 seconds?
Not even. Get it good, nice and coated.
So this is what our moms used to do when we were growing up.
Gave you that fried chicken feeling.
Oh my goodness. Remember Rice-A-Roni?
Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat.
You have to remember Rice-A-Roni.
Of course, Rice-A-Roni. This
Super
San
easy.
Francisco treat.
Yes, it is. It's 2.5 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of butter.
Wow.
And then you just put the box in. Super easy.
And when Mom needed a helping hand, there was always Hamburger Helper to turn to.
Hamburger helper, when you need a helping hand.
Hamburger Helper when you need a helping hand, right?
And an easy meal.
And an easy meal. Okay,
Yes.
How easy is this meal?
All you have to do is buy the meat.
It's just browned ground beef and a seasoning packet.
You're gonna add in your milk. It's 2 cups of milk and 1.5 cups of water right in.
I definitely had reservations about this one. Okay, it's not looking great yet, but we're getting there. But once it boiled for a bit, it was just as good as I remembered it from my childhood. It's absolutely delicious. I'm gonna make this at home. Hamburger Helper. Forgotten foods? Forgotten no more. Shake and bake, and I helped.
What memories? And when we come back, surprise homecoming, perfect for Memorial Day.
Chevy makes affordable vehicles that help you enjoy life. Get more for less in the Chevy Trax.
Maximize every mile in the all-electric Equinox. And power through with the capable Colorado. Enjoy endless possibilities and your new Chevy. Get the freedom to save. Qualified lessees can get this Equinox LT for around $299 a month. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
It's super hot. Super hot. 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 London bands while the rest y'all. Take a chance that I bet y'all won't. I got a plan and it involves money. It's super hot. Super hot. It's super hot. It's super hot.
Get those signaling devices ready. The new season of Jeopardy Masters is here.
I made flashcards. I should have worked more on the buzzer.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
9 elite champions.
What is a ginkgo?
You got it.
I'm wearing them.
Oh, look at that. But who has what it takes to become the 2025 Jeopardy Masters champion? I love all Jeopardy contestants.
But you like me more than that?
It's good to have somebody in my corner.
Jeopardy Masters primetime event. New Tuesday and Wednesday on ABC.
Guess who's home? Next.
Travel consideration provided by...
I forgot to wash my work shirt.
Just wear it again. I added Unstoppables with odor blocker, and it keeps our clothes fresh all day.
Ooh, I'm gonna be feeling it at work today.
She smells so good, I'm actually paying attention.
Smell unstoppable.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein. 30 grams protein, 1 gram sugar, and a protein blend to feed muscles up to 7 hours.
Stay tuned. There's more Inside Edition to come.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
No. And you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular. Built for us.
Hey, what's up with no seatbelt?
We're not going far. Just heading to town.
Really?
Don't worry, folks. I got this.